Hi everybody, I'm Rita and this is my meadow. We're going to talk a little bit today about establishing a meadow, the history, a little bit of the history of this meadow and things you might consider when establishing your own meadow. So this is an area of about 2 acres. When we bought the property in 2010, this area was already open. It was primarily brome grass used for agricultural purposes. And then in 2012, we built our house. And in doing so, this half of the meadow, the lower right half, was excavated. The other half was left with brome grass. And then after building the house, we seeded the whole area with native seed. You can get seed from Ernst Conservation Company or from Roundstone Seed Company. They're the two on the East Coast that are the biggest, most reliable companies for native seed. One thing to consider is the type of soil that you have. It's not like a vegetable garden. You don't have to know the pH and all of the other aspects of your soil. The only thing that you need to know is whether you have medium, dry, or wet soils. And then that's how you're going to be ordering your seed per that type of soil. We have a wet meadow. One of the indicators that was here was not just the brome grass, that's an agricultural grass, the cold season grass, but it was the wing stem that we have, which loves wetter soils. We're surrounded by the Potomac River, have morning fog. So those are things to consider as the type of soil that you have. It doesn't have to be good soil. We have heavy clay soil. Native plants like what they're going to be growing in the native area that they'll adapt to. So you don't even have to consider the size. There is no definition or size of a meadow. This is 2 acres. You can have an area that's 20 by 20. And in fact, it would be easier then to put in plugs or live plants rather than just go from seed. After seeding, we realized that this lower half that had been excavated actually did a lot better with bare soils. So that's something to consider too. You can put down cardboard, plastic. You can do controlled burns, but if you do a burn, it's very costly. And we waited till our 3rd year to do a burn so that there was enough vegetation to burn. If you just have a mowed area, that's not going to be worth burning, but you do want to get rid of that grass. So these are things to consider when you're putting in a meadow. This is now going on 8 years. It takes about 3 years before you'll really see establishment of the full meadow plants. The first 3 years when you put down the seed, they're really working on putting down their roots, which roots can go down to 15 feet. So you may have lots of rosettes of the different plants and things, and then you're going to notice a change every single year after that. So this is our meadow at going on to 8 years. Some other resources that you might consider, some of the folks that are very knowledgeable in this. Larry Weiner is probably the guru of meadow establishment. There's also Catherine Zimmerman. She has a very good how-to book. Larry Weiner is more about just telling stories and showing pictures and things about the meadows, but this is a very good how-to book. And then also Rick Dark and Doug Talame have not just meadows, but also considering edge areas in the forest beyond of how you can create a whole entire ecosystem, not just a meadow or wooded area. So thanks, and we'll be talking about some of the other aspects of meadows in future videos.